Hi, are you looking for more options to add playfulness to your tango dancing? After you have watched this video you will know 3 sacada options so that you can have more fun and play more when you are dancing tango.
Pablo and Anne from Tango Space, where we help men and women in London to move better, to express themselves, to dance elegantly and to meet friendly people with our tango lessons.
After you have watched this video, you will have 3 options to add sacadas into your dancing. We have created them. One is a relatively easy one, and then we are slowly upping the challenge, making them slightly more challenging so that you have more options and you get to play more for men, leaders and followers.
So we want to share with you 3 different ways to do sacadas. We love sacadas because it's a very simple way to start adding more playfulness in your dance.
So if you are anything like us, you care a lot about your technique, making sure that you are stable in the dance, especially in sacadas. If you want to go deeper into this subject, we have created a free guide for you where we teach you one simple but very powerful exercise to practice sacadas at home. So I will put the link in the comments below. Make sure you go ahead and check it out, download it. Let's look at the first sacada in the close embrace, and then we will break down the movement for you.
Okay, now we are going to break down the step for the leaders. So I'm going to start with my weight in my left leg. That means I'm going to put her weight in her right leg, and then I'm going to invite her to take a side step to the right, to my right. Yeah? So here I'm not going with her, I'm just inviting her to go. So at the same time I'm going with my right leg to find contact with her right foot. So here it's important to find the contact with the foot. So first the contact, and then to do the sacada we are going to transfer the weight. So this is not sacada yet. The sacada is when you take the space and then pivot, you invite her to do small back ocho and finish together.
Followers, let's look at your step and your technique. So they invite us to take a side step. We take a side step. One thing that is important is that you want to go around the man. In order to do this, think that you want to keep equal distance between your right foot and his right foot, the axis, his center, and your left foot and his left foot, this one. So if you go here a little bit too away, you see there is too much distance in between our 2 feet. So you want to make sure you are keeping equal distance. That's the first thing. And then here he's inviting you to pivot and then take a back step. So it's very important that you are doing your pivot and not going with the right leg straight away. It's first I pivot, collect, and only when he invites me to take a back ocho, I take my back ocho.
Ladies, it's very important that you wait for the leader at that point, because this back ocho, not only that it's small, it's not that it's slightly going forward. So I'm inviting her to do the ocho towards me, because we want to resolve this sacada in the close embrace.
Let's look into the movement in the tango embrace. Ladies, for this movement to work, you need to have a little bit of presence, firmness in your right hand. So don't push your partner, obviously, but make sure that your arm is not too floppy. Okay, let's look at sacada number 2. It's really fun, and then we will break down the movement for you.
So now we are going to break down the step for the leaders. So we begin with the apertura, with the side step. So here I'm inviting her to take a bigger side step. That means that I invite her to stay on my left side, and then I do a smaller side step. So I want to stay ready to walk in cross system on the close side of the embrace. So now I change my weight and I'm going to go with my left leg, and she's going with her left leg as well. So here we step forward, and what we want now is to do the sacada. We want to find the contact with her right leg in this case. So I invite her to do a big step, and I'm going to find contact with her leg and then to send her into the cross. So here the challenge for the leader is that you really want to be connected with her free leg to really invite her to do the cross. So here I take the space, but I keep the close embrace. I keep the intention in a way that I can keep her with me. So I'm not sending her away, I'm keeping her with me, and then we go. So this little motion, this energy that we create is because of the embrace. We are going to release the embrace, and I'm going to send her back to her axis. I'm going to invite her to open her back to produce this extension in the upper body that will produce a nice dynamic to do the sacada.
Followers, let's look at your steps. I don't want you to think about doing this movement. The free leg movements should come as a consequence of what is happening in your upper body. So in this movement, I'd like to invite you to think about really everything that is happening here, okay? And the leg is going to move as a consequence. So we take a side step with them, we go forward, he's pushing our leg, at the same time he's opening a little bit the embrace. Yeah, I go back into my axis. Yeah, I go back into my axis, a little bit away from him, which brings the upper body and as a consequence the leg away, and then he brings me back, I come forward, and this crosses my leg behind. So I am not doing this with the leg, my leg is moving as a consequence of the movements in my torso.
Yeah, so here what I'm doing is blocking her way. I'm blocking the way of her leg, so her free leg is going to find a natural way to go there and then cross.
Yeah, we are showing a little bit exaggerated in the close embrace, but you need to feel this boomerang feeling in your upper body.
Now we are going to show you this in the close embrace, and you will see how we use the flexibility of the embrace to create this dynamic. So we begin close, and boom.
Ladies, don't hesitate, don't be shy to go back into your axis, back into your back. So don't stay forward, otherwise the leg will not move. You really want to go back into your axis when you are doing when he's doing the sacada. And now the third option actually has two sacadas in one movement. It's really fun. So let's look at the movement and then we will break down the steps for you.
We are going to break down the step for the leaders. So, leaders, we are going to start this with the apertura, with the side step. I change my weight and I don't change her weight, so I'm going to start walking in cross system. But what I'm going to do is, when I step forward, I'm going to rotate slightly her upper body, and I will find contact with her leg. That will produce a sacada in a way, again, that I'm blocking the way of her leg, so her leg, instead of going backwards, is going to go into the cross. So, boom. So the combination of coordinating the upper body with the leg is going to create this sacada. So there is a circular movement from my upper body, and my leg is going to go straight to take that space. Yeah, this is the first sacada. And from here, I'm going to open my right shoulder, inviting her to go forward. I collect, side, and again we do now the sacada from the side step, and we resolve going together all the way into the small ocho.
Let's look at the steps for the followers. So we take a side step with them. He invites us to take a back step. I really walk behind myself here so that he has space to touch my leg to do his first sacada. Here, I am not thinking of bringing the leg. The leg is moving as a consequence of the fact that he's taking my space. Okay? Ladies, you want to finish this movement with your hips perpendicular to his hips, so not here. Don't over pivot. And then we're going to take a forward step and then a side step. You don't want to go with your hip, you want to keep your hip down so that you both have space in the close embrace. So forward, side, always leave the free leg behind, dragging, pivot, and then do a backward show and resolve in front of you.
Okay, now we are going to show you in the close embrace, and you will see again how we use the flexibility of the embrace to create more dynamic, and that will also help us to over pivot a little bit. So you will see that we begin the movement in the line of dance, and we are going to finish exactly in the line of dance to carry on in the line, yes?
Now let's look at all three movements with the music. If you love sacadas as much as we do, and you want to feel comfortable, stable, really grounded when you are dancing them, make sure that you download our free sacada guide. We are teaching you a very powerful exercise that we use a lot in our own classes to help students feel more comfortable, more fluid as well when dancing sacadas. I will put the link in the comments below. Make sure that you download it and see us on the other side.
Yes, and we really recommend you to start adding these sacadas in any type of music. Yes, can be puliese, it can be sarle, it can be something more rhythmic like Darienzo, but start playing with the dynamics as well. Yes, it can be slow or can be fast, can be sharp, can be with suspension. Try to start adding more flavors in your dance.
This contact in the legs between the leader and the follower in the sacadas feel really interesting and edgy in the dancing when done well, so don't hesitate to add it. It's a really great way to connect with your partner as well. So we really hope that this video was helpful, as always. If you liked it and you think it would be great for a friend, make sure that you give us a thumbs up and then share it with somebody you'd love to dance this movement with. If you are on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to our channel if you want to become a better dancer faster, and especially,
please keep learning and keep sharing your dancing, because the world of tango needs your embrace.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye guys.
Bye bye.